taken at about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins. First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Here's Madison getting it again on second. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Tampa Bay coming out along with a man who needs no introduction, the great Tom Brady. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Brady, it's caught by Mike Evans. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Throwing now is Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Bernard. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Now a play fake. Brady. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And that one really pushes him back. A loss of 9. And now it's 3rd and goal after the sack. Brady now on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Succop's kick is good, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Madison. Madison's got a first down and then some. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. Back to the ground on first down. Here's Madison. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. On 2nd down, this is Madison. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. That's complete to his running back, Jefferson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
First and 10, 37-yard line.
They go play action. Cousins steps away. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll run it with Madison. He gets away from one. And he'll be out of bounds. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll check on his status when we get back. To throw, Cousins. Flushed out right. And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr. there to make the grab. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle?
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Emerson Griffin, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
They were just trying to give their offense a little more room down near their own goal line, but this is just going to make things worse.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or 2. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Going on the ground with Madison. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Open man is Osborne. He's got him. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Bruce Arians taking exception to that. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Brady's throw complete here, pulled in by Howard. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so...
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big play there for Minnesota. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm. And he will score! Touchdown, Vikings! Kirk Cousins keeping it himself from 8 yards out. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they really won't have much time to work with, just 19 seconds showing on the clock. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Fournette, a first down, still going. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Brady. Wide open, Gronkowski. So we've reached half. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Final adjustments being made in the locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half from Minneapolis. And for the call, let's rejoin Brandon in charge.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. They're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Brady's throw taken in by Evans here. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
To throw again on second down. Brady, he gets this one to Johnson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Brady to throw again. Open man, Gronkowski complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Throwing is Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And it was a stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled.
They didn't need much. They didn't get much. But what they did get was enough for a first down.
On 1st and 10, Cousins forced out to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Escaping the pressure right. That is caught by Thielen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Flush to his right. Complete. Jefferson the target. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And now they're in the hurry-up. Cousins again. Setting up the screen for Cook. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Play fake. Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kirk Cousins, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns in 21. That time, a 9-play drive. And the camper, a 19-yard touchdown run. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this belongs to the Vikings. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters is in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Madison. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step one on that play.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brady. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because the defense got it. They were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. On 2nd and 10, Brady going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle. Here's Madison getting it again on 2nd. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. They'll roll him out right. And he's got his man on the out route. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they look like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
That throw by Brady incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Well, Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. Here's Bradley Pena now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Another carry now for Madison. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And they're going to speed things up here. Cousins here to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And they were booed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that